What's up, guys? It's your average gear reviewer here, and in this video, of course, we are talking about one of the most iconic knives to come out in the last few years. Changed my mind. Okay, guys, and welcome back, or welcome to the channel, either way. I appreciate you all coming to check the video out, and of course, in today's video, we're talking about the iconic Civivi Elementum. That's right. It's so special, it actually is going to be the first knife that I'm going to do a proper review on. It's one of the ones I've had for the longest. It is actually one of the first knives that I got that actually got me into EDC gear and to knives. So it's one of those knives that I recommend to anybody that's looking at getting into EDC knives, EDC gear. It's great. I have said before, and I'll say it again, the Civivi Elementum is almost perfect. It is almost the perfect knife. It features G10 scales. It has D2 steel with a satin finish. Very good steel too. It's the Elementum is one of those knives that when it came out, it pretty much changed the landscape of the knife world and the knife community. And whether you're new to the world of knives or whether you've been here for a while, you've probably heard of this knife, and there's a reason for that. It set the bar. It set the standard for what was possible in this price range, for what was basically what was expected of a knife in this price range. I think that they still run for about $50, and that's probably the newer versions of the Elementum. Of course, this is the original flipper tab liner lock, so it's the very first generation old school one. I know they do have the button locks now. They have a lot of newer ones. This is just, I wanted to review this one because this is the first one. And it still works great. I've never had any problems with it. The blade centering is maybe off a little bit, but it probably needs to be adjusted. And I can probably hand tighten that pivot and get it back. Maybe. May have to work on it a little bit. But it still deploys just fine. The liner lock is great on it, very strong. One of the things that I do love about it is the deep carry pocket clip. I don't like a whole lot of my knife to be sticking up above my pocket, and this does a very good job of holding it in there. And the clip seems to be just right. It sort of has that Benchmade bug out style clip where it's long and slender, but it is just right. So it doesn't tear your pockets up, but it also doesn't snag on everything. The flipper tab has very good jimping on it. The G10 is very grippy, good feel to it. Just overall a very well made knife. You got full steel liners and they're fairly thick too. One of the things I believe this was just a design choice was to leave it open like this and put the little notch in there. I don't know if you can pull it up here so you can see it a little better. With the notch, of course, that's for a lanyard hole. Criticism would be that you can't switch the pocket clip for left-handed use, but that's a lot of knives nowadays. If you're willing to do a little bit of your own tapping on the knife and drilling, you could fix that if you wanted to. But anyway, good action on it. It's got good jimping up on the back here, and it fits just right in your hand. The way that the flipper tab actually comes around here to be a nice stopper for your finger there. It just goes into position just right in your hand. I have bigger hands, but it's just right for me for a smaller EDC knife. It's not made to be a combat knife. It's made to be a package opener, just basic everyday carry things. So it's perfect for that. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. I know a lot of guys who are really into knives and who have a lot higher end knives could probably tell me 100 things that's wrong with this. But just for the average carrier, the average user, this knife is great. And it's a great gateway knife into appreciation, of the milling and the chamfering, I guess this is, on the edges of the scales where the edges are sort of beveled so that it's more comfortable in the hand, doesn't create a lot of hot spots. The satin finish on the blade, just little things like that you learn to appreciate a little bit of the nicer things in the blade world. But again, the Civivi Elementum pretty much set the standard for what was possible at that price range, but it also set the standard for what was expected at that price range. And to me, that makes it a one of those game-changing knives that really, changed the landscape and made people see what was possible. And I feel like I'm rambling on a little bit at this point, so I'm probably going to wrap this review up. But I love the Elementum. Are there things that could be better about it? Yeah. Did they address those things in a lot of the later models? Yep, absolutely. So, no criticisms of it really that would amount to anything. It does have good enough jimping in here that you can get a hold of, but not enough that it tears your fingers up. That is one thing I'll say about it, and a lot of knives still don't get that right at even a much higher price point. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave a link down below for this on Amazon if you're interested in picking up the Civivi Elementum and maybe getting your EDC journey or your EDC knife journey started. Start off with this one. It's a great option. Around Christmas time, I'm sure they'll be running all kinds of sales and they'll be even less expensive. If you know somebody that's trying to get into it, into the EDC world, buy them one of these for Christmas. These make great Christmas gifts. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, no matter what level of knife guy they are. But if you have any knife bros, this is your suggestion for a Christmas present for this year. Anyway, this is your Average Gear Reviewer. I'm going to get out of here. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the Elementum. Like the video if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe. I'm working on new content all the time. And this is actually the knife that I'm putting in my dad's EDC kit, so I had to get it. I had to get it reviewed so that I could actually get that out in the mail to him. So anyway, hope you guys have a good one. This is the Average Gear Reviewer out. Hey, thanks for watching and really appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing for more content. Leave a comment down below. It really helps us grow the channel. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Average Gear Review and on Twitter at Average_Gear.